Shalom, all praise to Yahweh Bashmi Yahweh double honors to the elder great millstone. Came across this video and it was about this young couple. They're like, I think they're like early 20s or 19 or something like that. But it was doing a little video, but I think it was a prank anyways. And they was talking about having, they wanted to have a baby, right? They wanted to have children. And I go to the comments and of course you get this type of response in the comments. It's talking about people need to realize they have all the time in the world to have kids, and this is the problem. Everybody think they have time that they think they have time that's not really guaranteed. All right, you can lose your life any second. The Lord can take you any second. He can cause you to be barren, which means you won't be able to have any children, which I'm glad these women spoke up in the comments. And I'm starting to see that a lot more. It's like more women speaking up and being honest with their situations, because growing up, I always see like, basically, it's like women have a toxic sisterhood. They basically feed each other delusions and pride. They lie to each other and it's just toxic, man. It's a toxic friendship or sisterhood. I wouldn't want to be around somebody that lies to me and not be honest with me, if I'm doing something wrong or giving me bad advice. All right, so here's the first comment. It's by Ashley. It says, I understand what you meant. And Salaki, I just woke up, so my voice kind of messed up. I understand what you meant, but that's not necessarily true for all women, and that is the harsh reality, right? Because in general, nobody knows how much time they do have, and it's proud for you to act like that. That's something the Lord actually hate. You're not supposed to be acting like you just, you got all this time to do something, or, just delaying to serve the Lord. Because I'm gonna grab some scriptures. It tell you what the Lord require of women. What's the duty of women? All right. So I'm glad she said that. And then it's another comment by RKM. It says, I waited now, struggle at 32 to conceive. All right. And that's the reality for a lot of women. They wanna wait till they get older to do something. They like, well, I got all the time. And other women are telling them that you have all the time. No, you don't. You don't have all the time. All right. And people with that mindset end up eating their words. They think they have time, and then they wait, and then they try to get married, they try to get a husband, or they try to have children at a later age, and then they realize, oh, those things that was available to me back then, they're not available no more. All right. So that's, like the sister said, it's a harsh reality. It's not true. That's not true at all. All right, so I'm gonna grab some scriptures. Proverbs 27 and verse 1, it says, boast not thyself of tomorrow, for thou knowest not what a day may bring forth. All right, so you're not supposed to boast. As she didn't even say, it wasn't even a tomorrow thing. She talking about that they got all the time in the world. So that's a far stretch. All right, for you to say you have all the time in the world. All right, that's very far. And our people, growing up, our people used to say, tomorrow ain't promised. Now it's like these sayings, this wisdom that got passed on through our generation, it's starting to fade away, because people don't even really stick to those sayings anymore. All right, they're doing the complete opposite. It's more of it's unwise sayings and it's proudful sayings. People used to say tomorrow ain't promised a lot. Now I don't really hear nobody saying that. But I'm gonna grab Psalms 138 in verse 6. It says, though the Lord be high, yet hath he respect unto the lowly, but the proud he knoweth afar off. All right, so that's playing upon tables. The Lord don't like people being proud. He's far away from the proud. All right, so let me see what else I'm gonna grab. Proverbs chapter 8 and 13. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride, and arrogancy, and the evil way. In the forward mouth do I hate. All right, so all of those things right there fits what she was pushing out, saying you have all the time in the world. It's that's proud. You know, that's arrogant. You know, it's real arrogant. It's prideful for you to think like, oh, well, I could just wait later on. I can find me a husband and I can have children. You don't know that, man. It's very prideful for you to think that you just have all that time and that things are gonna go this way once you get older. People really be mapping out how things gonna go when they get older, or if they get older. You know, they think, oh, I can just get a husband later, or I can have a family, children later. But really, nah, like nah. Either they struggle to have children, or a man don't really want them. So that's how it is, man. And you have certain situations in the scriptures where women was barren, but the Lord delivered his women out of it, that served him, but if you ain't serving the Lord, I don't know what's gonna happen, so what do I want to grab? I think I'm gonna go to First Timothy first. First Timothy chapter 5 and verse 14. It says, "I will therefore that the younger women marry, bear children, guard the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully." All right. So that's what the Lord requires of women. All right. And it says younger women too. Okay. It didn't say older women. So today these women think I'm gonna be an older woman and get married and have children. But the Lord didn't say do that. He said for the younger women to do that, while they're young. All right. And the Lord says all these things for a reason. Let's see what else I want to grab. Of course, I'm gonna grab Titus. Titus go along with it. Titus chapter 2 and verse 3. It says, "The aged woman likewise, that they be in behaviors becoming holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of Yahweh be not blasphemed." So today you really don't even have women. I see a very few teaching women to get a husband. But other than that, I see the complete opposite. I see a lot of women saying don't get a husband, stay independent, stay single. You don't need a man and stuff like that. Which, like I say all the time, which is not my own saying, but misery love company. That's a big, that's what's going on major in these times, bro. Like, it's obvious that there's miserable people out here and they just want other people to be miserable with them so they don't have to suffer alone. They want other people to relate to whatever they're going through and go through it with them, because they know they effed up their life. So they try to get other people to make the same bad decision that they made. That's why they try to force it on people so much. All right. But let's go to James chapter 4 and 4:13 says, "Go to now, ye that say, today or tomorrow we will go into such a city and continue there a year and buy and sell and get gain, whereas ye know not what shall be on the tomorrow. Salaki, let me read it again. 14 says, whereas you know not what shall be on the morrow, for what is your life? It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time, and then vanisheth away. For that ye ought to say, if the Lord will, we shall live and do this or that. All right, so we not really supposed to be saying like, oh, I'm going to do this later on, or I'm going to do this tomorrow, I'm going to do this next week. You're supposed to say, Lord willing. All right, you're supposed to be heavy on saying, Lord willing, you're going to do something because you don't know what you're going to do. And the scripture say, man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man understand his way, his own way? So everything is of the Lord, you know. Like, so in this situation, this woman can't be saying, oh, we have all the time in the world. You don't, you know. A fool would think like that, you know. There's been a lot of people that thought they had all the time in the world and their life got cut short, you know. And it don't even have to be for this situation. Could have just been in general. Somebody thought that they was gonna reach a certain age or they just gonna do something later in life, and hey, the Lord required them. That's just like when I first read that comment, it made me think of the parable of the rich fool. It's one of my favorite parables. I think it starts at 16. It says, and he spake a parable unto them, saying, the ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentifully, and he thought within himself, saying, what shall I do, because I have no room where to bestow my fruits? And he said, this will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater, and there will I bestow all my fruits and my goods. And I will say to my soul, so thou hast much goods laid up for many years. Take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry. So he's over here planning. He said, I'm going to do this and that and that and that. I'm going to just store up and I'm going to, you know. And the Lord, in verse 20 says, but Yahweh said unto him, thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then who shall those things be which thou hast provided? So is he that layeth up treasures for himself, it is not rich toward Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So that's the same thing right now. Her planning, and it's not just her. It's a lot of women that think that way. It's even men that think that way, thinking they, I'm gonna be this and that when I'm, you know, I'm in my 30s, or I'm gonna do this and that. You know, just in general, a lot of people do that. You know, and it's very foolish and it's prideful. It's arrogant. You know, it's self-willed, you know, because the Lord tells women what to do. You know, the Lord has everything mapped out for men and women in the scriptures, and you're basically doing your own thing, and the Lord will punish you for that, man. You know, you'll regret it. All right. So verse 21 again, it says, so is he that laid up treasure for himself and is not rich toward Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So you laying up treasure for yourself could be you just being self-willed. You just trying to do your own thing. You living for yourself, you know. You're your own God. You know, you're not doing what the Lord say. But, you know, being rich towards the Lord is you obeying him. You investing in his kingdom. You doing what he says. All right. So I'm going to close out with that. Give it all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Shalom.